So many of you are telling us about the challenges you're facing trying to get unemployment benefits. Well, this afternoon, we're working to get you some answers. Take a look at this. These are just a few of the dozens of emails that we've received from you. All have a story about delays and frustrations, endless busy signals and generic emails. We've heard even more from you on Facebook. CBS 2 is determined, though, to get you some answers. Scott Logan begins our coverage this afternoon with a response from the Idaho Department of Labor about what's happening on the other end of the line when no one picks up.
Leah Reeder with the Idaho Department of Labor says the most time-consuming situation is when there's an issue with a jobless claim.
Where we're behind is with the folks that have issues. So if you file an unemployment claim and maybe you had quit your employer or you were discharged from the job, we have to determine whether or not you're going to be eligible for benefits. When this first happened, we really needed everybody, all hands on deck, to help answer the telephones. As you know, they've just blown up, and so we've really had to reallocate a lot of resources.
Along those lines, are you going to be adding jobs to handle this increase?
We actually have 12 folks coming on Monday, 12 new employees. We've hired quite a few people who have retired. We've hired them back part-time.
Before the pandemic, it took about 2.5 weeks for the money to start coming in if there was no issue with the claim.
And this is if they have zero issues. So if they were laid off due to no fault of their own and there were no issues that were going to prevent payment. But since then, the governor has waived the waiting week. So there is no waiting week. So it would be a week and a half.
Well, what's your message to those who are unemployed right now?
Well, our heart goes out to them. I mean, this is not an easy situation, obviously, and there's so many folks who have been impacted. We are calling folks. We've reallocated some time between 4 and 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and that's when we're really focusing on calling people back. So if they're like me, I don't answer the phone if it's an unknown number, but I would encourage them to be sure to answer the phone to those unknown numbers if they're waiting for a determination from the Department of Labor.
In Boise, Scott Logan, CBS 2 News.
Now, CBS 2 also contacted the governor's office. The response: they understand people are having a tough time getting their insurance payments from unemployment. So the governor's spokesman told us that more than 100,000 Idahoans have filed for unemployment benefits just in the last 5 weeks since the governor declared a state of emergency. Some of the claims are from self-employed workers or people filing for the first time. In these cases, a claims specialist is needed to complete the process. Now, the Labor Department is in the process of hiring more of these claims specialists. 12 people start on May 4th. Another 8 start on May 18th. To read more about it, you can visit our website, idahonews.com.
Tonight, with the state beginning phase 1 of reopening on May 1st, what does the city have to say? And will they follow the same guidelines? CBS 2's Erica Lee has more on what was discussed in this evening's virtual city council meeting.
In another virtual meeting, Boise city officials discussed the city's tentative reopening plans. City leaders say it's similar to the state's phased plan, but they're not announcing specific dates. Instead, they're looking at data to make sure that the city is going in the right direction first. Mayor McLean says all city facilities will not be open on May 1st. She says opening all city facilities too early could lead to spikes in COVID cases, and that won't help reopen the economy. City leaders say the main difference between phase 2 and 3 of the state's reopening order will be group size. In the latter, gatherings of less than 50 people would be allowed. City leaders could potentially reopen limited city services May 4th, but they'll finalize department plans tomorrow, and they are awaiting the governor's final phase decision. Erica Lee, CBS 2 News.
The new reopening plan here in Boise, and they will know how to do that with the governor's phase reopening plan, and so they'll talk about that tonight at the city council meeting. But the mayor is starting to give us a little glimpse into what that first part may look like. So starting with the library, she mentioned specifically that Boise Public Library System will be offering new programming during the closure. They'll be adding virtual teen hangouts on Tuesday and Friday evenings at 4 hour, along with programming for adults at 6:30 in the afternoon and on Wednesdays and Saturdays. This all ties in with the city's eventual reopening plans, and which the mayor says she intends to release later this week. For now, all city departments are still in the planning phase. Once Boise does take steps towards reopening, Mayor McCall says they'll continue to operate as remotely as possible when the disease does die down. Now, eventually, if everyone's healthy and everyone keeps up on their social distancing measures, the Boise Mayor McCall says that recreational facilities and city buildings will start to reopen. Live in Boise, Chris McPeak, CBS.